From your experience, what's the best DLC between D1 and D2? Or like the best expansion, like story-wise?
I'll give you mine. So,
and why is it Forsaken?
Of each of them. Okay. But in my opinion, like, I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna give you one from each. Destiny 1, Rise of Iron. Like, for me,
I've heard some good about
that. I loved Wrath of the Machine, and I loved the campaign.
I heard a lot of good about that.
Yeah, Rise of Iron was very, very good. And then Destiny 2...
Actually, I heard that expansion is the one that turned the tides for Destiny. It made it into what it is now.
Yeah, definitely. The main, like I said, the main reason for me is because they brought Wrath of the Machine, which is my all-time favorite Destiny raid.
Apparently that is the raid that changed Destiny. Like, apparently that raid right there...
I wouldn't say it's the raid, but it's definitely up there. I would say King's Fall is, like, the Destiny
Okay,
raid.
actually, you know what, now that I think about it, based off of every video I've seen, there's no specific the raid. It's just that D1 was better than D2 in terms of a lot of things.
D1 raids,
because they just kept getting better, apparently. According to everyone I've watched, D1 raids just kept getting better and better, and then we got Leviathan, and then that's when it shit the bucket. But
yeah, Leviathan wasn't that good.
But Leviathan is exactly what Destiny needed, so that they understood what not to do. Apparently.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I said, I'm speaking just from other people's opinions on YouTube.
No, that does actually kind of make sense. Because after Leviathan, the raids did get better.
Then again, if you talk to Dead, he fucking loved Leviathan, so.
Leviathan was okay. It wasn't anything.
I heard it's fun. I heard it was fun.
In my opinion, it wasn't anything like super duper crazy.
I heard that it was the fun that Destiny needed, but not the approach that we needed. Is what I've heard. Like, it was super fun to do it with friends, but just the raid itself was ass, because it took too much of I forget the word that they used. Took too much of an avenue that they shouldn't have. But again, speaking from YouTube.
Do I have ultimate reflection unlocked? Please tell me I do.
Also, was Forsaken as good as literally the whole community makes it out to be? Because it looked pretty damn good. Actually, everything it had to do with Cade looked good. But then again, my only experiences with Cade were watching the cutscenes.
Forsaken was pretty good.
Was it like life-changing? What was the turning point for you in Destiny?
As a whole, or just in Destiny 2?
As a whole. Like, what made you say, this is the game?
Honestly, just the release of Destiny. Like, for me personally, it was a really good game from the start.
Understandable. Anything you would change from Destiny? Actually, what would you bring from D1 into D2? That's a good question. Understandable.
Wrath of the Machine and Touch of Malice, except Touch of Malice would be fucking broken in this game.
This game's broken enough. I don't think we need more broken.
When I tell you that Touch of Malice would probably ruin this game, I'm not lying.
Apparently Leviathan already almost ruined the game. Apparently, like, Leviathan ruined the game already. Like, it would have failed if they didn't fix it.
Yeah. The thing about, for me, I don't know what I was going to. You know what Touch of Malice did, don't you?
It sounds familiar, but not off the top of my head.
Okay. Touch of Malice. Basically how it worked is it was a scout rifle. And it started off as a normal shot, but when you would get down to the last bullet in the mag, it would tick damage from you, but it would do like triple the damage. And the reason I say that that's broken, like, as hell.
Well, I mean, it'd pretty much be like a fucking suicide glass cannon bomb at that point.
Yeah. But the reason I say that it's, like, very, very broken is because of WoW.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I could definitely see that.
Is that it? Yeah,
You
where
just
the
stack.
hell?
All you need is just a couple fucking warlocks on your team, and then you can one shot. You can one face a boss with one bullet.
Yeah.
Gosh, that shit would be. Now, what would you take from D2 and put into D1? That's an interesting fucking question.
The player base.
You know, like size or just community?
The size. Yeah, the size.
You mean to bring it back to D1 or just?
Yep.
Nice. Top three favorite exotics between the two games. Go.
Number 1. What was it called?
And why is one of them Stompies?
Okay, so one of them was a Titan exotic in D1. I don't remember the name of it, but it gave them Icarus. It basically gave them Icarus Dash.
Oh yes, I remember.
Number 2, Zalo Supercell. It was
By
a
the
kinetic...
way, this includes weapons as well.
Yeah. Zalo Supercell was a kinetic auto rifle that was basically risk running.
That rings a bell.
It had more mag, hit harder. I just like it more. And then 3, Gjallarhorn. That's got to be in everyone's top 3.
I kind of feel the same way.
If Gjallarhorn's not in your top 3,
it's a classic. Were you there where Gjallarhorn was like, when it was first released at the beginning of the game, and Xur was selling it, and only a handful of people had it, but by the time that it came back from Xur, the hype was already over.
Yep.
But then
I remember especially in VOG, there was something that was known as the Gjallarhorn chest.
Yes, yes. And Giad.
That's where I actually got my first galley.
That's where Giad got his as well, and he got it his first time running VOG. And that's actually what a lot of people miss. They wish they could bring, if they could bring anything from the old VOG, it'd be the galley chest, even if it didn't give you galley. Just because it's right there.
It had a crazy high chance to give you.
It's crazy to think that in D1, everyone blew off galley at first, then it gained headway, then it lost all of its hype once it came back, and now in D2, it's literally everyone and their mom wants one.
I wouldn't say it lost all its hype. I wouldn't say that, 'cause it was still very good.
No, don't get me wrong, it was good, but people didn't want it as much. Because there was something else that, I don't want to say took its place, but people found alternatives. Because you couldn't get it very often. Kind of like Cloud Strike.
Snipers were very heavy in D2, or in D1, sorry.
The way I would, from my lack of experience, the way I would compare it is, the galley of D1 is like the Cloud Strike of D2. Where not many people, the people who have it, but not many people want to put in the work to get it. Because the RNG is shit. Then you have people like me, who got Cloud Strike in like a couple runs, and Giad, who got his galley in like first run. His first ever exotic was galley.
The thing a lot of people were pissed off at me for is I got Vex very early in D1.
You also got it on like your first run back on D2?
6th.
There you go.